this complete review of PilotPlus Bristol Definitive for prepared version 4 and 5. In this video we will explore the scenery and talk about the different positives and negatives of it, as well as considering other aspects such as, say, performance, for example. Hopefully you find the review useful, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Before we take a look at the scenery add-on itself, let's first do a brief overview of Bristol Airport. Bristol Airport is obviously the main airport serving the city of Bristol in the southwest of the United Kingdom. In 2018, over 8.5 million passengers travelled through Bristol, making it the 9th busiest airport in the UK by passenger numbers. The main airlines that use Bristol are Ryanair, EasyJet and TUI Airways. There are many destinations to fly to, mostly around Europe, but also in Northern Africa as well as Turkey and even some long hauls to Mexico. PilotPlus Bristol Definitive is available on the PilotPlus store and Orbix Direct. Links to buy the product are in the description down below. The scenery will cost you about $24 or £19 or 21 euros or 35 Australian dollars depending on where you are. Now I will discuss many of the positives of the scenery and some of the features that I liked about it. The airport buildings are really well modelled with a high level of detail. Bristol Airport doesn't use jetways in real life, and this is accurately shown in the scenery. The texturing on the airport buildings and also the aprons, taxiways and runway is superb, and the PBR is done really well in my opinion. There is a nice amount of airport clutter such as baggage carts and car parks around the airport. In addition, the scenery includes surrounding ortho imagery that is really crisp and makes for an amazing experience in flying in or out of Bristol. There are also static aircraft, which is a nice addition, and they work perfectly with AI traffic add-ons. However, I will suggest a minor improvement later in the video. Finally, the dynamic lighting that is included in the scenery looks amazing, as you can see on screen right now, and really does make flying here at night enjoyable. There are many other things that I liked about the scenery, and of course you can read more information about the features of the scenery using the links down below. There are some very minor things that I think could be improved with the scenery. First of all, I think there could be maybe some animated ground traffic around the airport, such as pushback trucks and baggage loaders. I believe this would bring the airport to life a bit more, but of course some people might not mind having animated vehicles or not. I suspect though that they aren't included as to save performance. Secondly, and this is a very minor thing, the static aircraft that are included have old EasyJet and Ryanair liveries on them. Again, this is me being very picky, but it is something that could be improved. Other than those two insignificant things, there aren't really any other negatives for me with the scenery. Performance is a very large factor in any scenery in a flight simulator and really does matter. PilotPlus did a very good job with performance in my opinion. Please note as well that I was testing this in prepared version 5 with only hotfix 1 at the time. Here in the cockpit of the Aerosoft A320, as I pan around, I'm getting about 35 to 40 FPS, which is perfectly acceptable for me. As we move to the wing view, with the airport buildings in sight, my frames are staying at a solid 35 FPS. Even here in a static view moving around, I'm getting about 30 to 40 FPS with no stutters. So the performance is very good, not excellent necessarily, but very good and perfectly acceptable. My PC specs are in the description just in case you're interested. As we come to the end of this review, I will conclude my thoughts about the scenery. Overall, I rate PilotPlus Bristol Definitive very highly. I'm not going to give numeric ratings because that doesn't accurately reflect the product in my opinion. I think the scenery looks and feels incredible, and for about £20 it is well worth the price tag. I look forward to flying in and out of Bristol in my future flights. Lastly, I would like to thank PilotPlus for giving me the opportunity to review their product, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.